All right. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's live AF from AFCollectors.com. I am, of course, Gil the Gilness. Here's your host, and we'll be taking you through this week's news and updates in the world of action figure collecting and related collectibles, too. So, why don't we get underway? It's after 9. We're ready to go. We'll start off with a couple of house cleaning items, then we'll get into some events and news, the usual thing. Hopefully, folks that have been watching now for a few weeks are catching on to how this all works. So glad to have you either live right now or later on in the archives. So these videos are all available for you to watch whenever you'd like. So away we go. Just wanted to run down quick the usual social channels for you guys. So go ahead and share out the appropriate screen here. There we go. Good. So as you all know, we have our main website, actionfigurecollectors.com or AFCollectors.com. Here's the hub of where you can get to all of our social channels really quickly and to see the latest headlines from our Facebook news feed. Speaking of Facebook, this is where the news feed basically sits. So make sure you sign up for the Facebook feed. Follow us up there. We could really use the followers and likes. And of course, YouTube, which you're watching right now. We've got so much content on YouTube, both new stuff and old stuff from years ago. As you know, this website is mined from back to 1998, I believe. So we started doing video maybe in the early 2000s. So there's definitely tons and tons of video for you guys to check out when you go onto the YouTube channel. And I'm adding stuff all the time. I've got 2 new videos coming, hopefully later this week or early next week, 2 new reviews, and then 2 more to follow that pretty quickly. And then we're going to be doing ComicCon too. We'll get into that in just a minute. So there you go. Make sure you check that out. Oh, excuse me. Still got a little bit of that cough left from past couple of weeks. It's definitely a lot better, but it's a lingering in. So let's go to Twitter next. We could use the followers on Twitter. Not something that we update too often, but every once in a while we'll throw a little something up there. So it would be great to see you guys follow us up there. Then on, excuse me, on Instagram, we've got some different things up here for you to see. So definitely give us a like and a follow on Instagram. We post some different things up here that you won't see on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel or the Twitter page. So, definitely get in there so you don't miss a thing. And then we've got TickTock. And even on TickTock, there's different things that we do not post across other social channels. So you got to, if you want to see it all, you got to follow it all. So follow us on TickTock. We've started doing quick AF reviews up here. The first 3 are there right now. We've got Snake Eyes from the Classified series. We've got Chucky from the Noble collection, the Bendy Figs. And then we've got Spawn here, Gunslinger. My mind for a second. Gunslinger Spawn. And these are very quick, minute-ish review videos. So they happen quick and they're fast, and you see what you need to see and we're out. So hopefully you like those. That's available on TickTock. Something new for you. All right. So that wraps it up for social stuff. And of course, we've got giveaways coming. I'm expecting some stuff very soon for our first giveaway. So be aware of that. That's coming. We're going to give you some free stuff, no strings attached, all that good stuff. And then we've got more videos coming. We're only getting started here. So keep following along. We appreciate that very much. Okay, let's get into events and things that are going on. Next big event really that's coming up is HasCon. Here we go. There we go. Hasbro Pulse Con. I keep calling it HasCon. Excuse me. HasCon was actually in 2017 up in Rhode Island by the Hasbro headquarters. It was a live in-person event, and it was something that we had a blast at. We had so much fun up there. And I just always get confused with Hasbro Pulse Con, and I end up calling it HasCon. So I do apologize. Sorry, Hasbro. Force of habit from a time that that we really had a good time with you guys up in Rhode Island. So Hasbro Pulsecon 2022, September 30th and October 1st, split over 2 days and across brands. So some brands will be one day, some brands will be the next day. They've listed out which ones are which, but I don't have that information right in front of me at the moment, and I don't think it's either here. Yeah, it's not right over here, but you can go on this page and you can watch the little video intro. Yes, we're going to see Indiana Jones product from the new line from Hasbro, which I'm sure will include all the movies, including the new one. So, and we're not just going to see Marvel and Star Wars. We're going to see everything else: Transformers, GI Joe, Nerf, Magic, everything. So, Hasbro Pulsecon is going to be huge. The last couple of years that they've done it has really been awesome. So expect nothing less this year. Also wanted to show you some already advertised exclusives that will be available during Hasbro PulseCon. And I'm just going to go right here. This is actually from the AF Collectors Facebook page. From the classified GI Joe line, Serpentor. This is a favorite of mine from way back in the day. This is the 6-inch. Let me try that again. This is the 6-inch scale Serpentor from the classified lines. He actually comes with his air chariot, very reminiscent of what you're used to, what we've seen in the classic 80s line. So there you go, Serpentor. Actually, even his outfit in the 6-inch form is very similar to the older figure from the 80s. Always a favorite character of mine. Always loved Serpentor. The story was, outlandish on how he came to be, and his character was so absurd and crazy that I just loved it. So he's always been a favorite. So it'll be nice and really great to add him to classic, who I forget the name of, even though I just watched the 3 episodes. Very cool looking droid. So there we go. That's going to be available. Oh, and then we've got Alpha Trion and Orion packs, 2-pack for Transformers with Vector Sigma and the key to Vector Sigma. Those of you who don't know, the story is Orion Pax gets injured and is rebuilt by Alpha Trion into Optimus Prime. So that's where he comes from. You notice he looks just a little familiar, just a little bit like Optimus Prime in this deco and styling. You can see the Alpha Trion figure was actually created from a Sweep or Scourge 86 series figure that's been out for a little while now. It's just been retooled a bit to look like Alpha Trion, and actually works out really well. He looks really good, in my opinion. So this is definitely one that I'll be picking up along with the Serpentor pack. Then from the vintage collection, Star Wars vintage collection, this 3-inch. You've got Mando and Moff Gideon, and of course Grogu, Baby Yoda, as he's been known. And also in this series, there's another figure. There we go, the Dark Death Trooper. I forget what they're called. But you'll be able to add the flames to the trooper. He doesn't just come like this. You can take these off and put them on. Now there's a Serpentor packaging. Look at that artwork. It's kind of got that Cobra, kind of industrial design back there for the rest of the box. There's all the accessories that you get with Serpentor. So you got the air chariot, you have an actual Cobra. You got a couple different options for Serpentor's mask or cowl or headdress, whatever you want to call it. This is more of a classic figure look here, and this here, I guess the parts swap out. This is more of a comic, I guess, or maybe even cartoon-ish looking version of it. I actually like this much better because it seemed like it's all kind of one piece. So then we've got some other accessories here. Looks like these go on Serpentor's wrists, maybe. We've got a couple of different scepters for him and a sword. So he's loaded with accessories. The air chariot's freaking awesome. The figure itself is just spectacular. Definitely one of the better classified figures, in my opinion, just as a Serpentor fan. And of course, the green cape, too. I forgot to mention that. Moving along, there we go. There's the packaging. You get a good look at Serpentor right in the packaging there, and all of his accessories as well. There's the Andor packaging with Cassian and B2 Emu. That's what his name is. Now I got it. And there's Cassian again. We're just going to go flip through these really, really quickly. As you can see, the droid kind of, compacts down and then comes back up. There's the trooper without the flames. You can put the Beskar staff right through him. Pretty cool. There he is. There's Mando. Lots of accessories in this this pack out here for Hasbro Pulse Con exclusive. I think we're just about to the end here. There's Grogu once again. He's got the handcuffs on, tiniest handcuffs in the world. There's the packaging for the Alphatron and Orion packs. Pack out here called the Hero is Born set. And there they are again. Closer look at Orion packs. And Alphatron. Alphatron's alt mode. Again, you see the sweep similarities and some definite changes too. He looks a little bit like Cup, doesn't he? Interesting. So there you go. That's it. Pulsecon 2020 coming up in just let's see, what do we got? A little bit over a week. So we're almost there. September 30th and October 30th and October 1st. So we'll talk about it one more time next week, just as a reminder, and then we'll get ready. And then right after Pulsecon, we've got New York Comic Con coming up. Yes, New York Comic Con is almost here. And this happens from the 6th to the 9th of October. AFCollectors, we're going to be there on the 8th and the 9th, wandering around. So just look for the guy wearing the AFCollectors t-shirt. It will not look like this. It'll be a little bit different, but the logo will still be the same. But look for me. If you stop me, I may have something for you. And if you watch to the end of the show, I'll show you the little something that I might have for you. If you find me at New York Comic Con, I'll be there with Database Rob as well. All right. So there you go. You got 14 days, 12 hours, 46 minutes left for New York Comic Con. You can still buy tickets to a couple of the days. And also you can use the Light program to buy sold out tickets. So there's always a way you can still get to New York Comic Con 2019. It's going to be a great time. Very, very much looking forward to this event, and hopefully we'll see you there. Lastly, in events, the Fall Geek Out from Target is still underway. We've got one more reveal here, which I actually have to put up on the AFCollectors website. I neglected to do that this past week. The first of various reveals. This week was Mattel with WWE. Let's take a quick look here. Excuse me. To get an Elite Collection, Shawn Michaels in kind of his classic Shawn Michaels get up here with his jacket and on his way to the ring gear. Very much new generation, pre-Attitude Era, early 90s, mid 90s Shawn Michaels. You've got the Ultimate Warrior here in more of his debut from way, 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 way back in the day when he was with Sting as a tag team, and just departing from Sting with this look. And I believe he was called the Dingo Warrior back then. I don't know where Dingo came from. I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but that's what he was called. Dingo eventually dropped and Ultimate added, and he became the Ultimate Warrior with, as you can see, the longer hair and face paint, better face paint. And then you've got Ken Shamrock. I understand there's a chase version of this Ken Shamrock as well, different color trunks. He comes with the Intercontinental Championship, the kind of, I guess, early 2000 version of the Intercontinental Championship. And not my favorite. Some extra hands. And then we've got AJ Styles. This is a kind of an early look of AJ Styles. Shorter hair, no beard. His classic ring gear. With a shirt and extra hands. So you can go ahead and pre-order these on Target right now through the Fall Geek Out. They are all still available for pre-order. I would guess that this one's probably going to be one of the more sought after, the Ultimate Warrior, and then followed by Shawn Michaels. So I might actually grab one of these myself. That's pretty cool. So there's a little message from AJ Styles here that you can watch if you go to the Geek Out page. And then this Friday, just a couple of days, we're going to have Hasbro revealing some stuff. So who knows what we're going to see? Could be anything. So we know Hasbro has so many enormous licenses. We really could see just about anything. And then Funko will wrap it up on September 30th with a surprise reveal from Top Brands, as it says, on October 2nd. So let's see what that is. Not quite enough. So we can still have plenty to go for the Fall Geek Out. Who knows what kind of reveals we're going to see. All right. Let's get into some of the news going on in the world of pop culture and the action figure community. I don't know if you live under a rock, but if you do, I'm here to tell you that Andor, Star Wars Andor, debuted today on Disney Plus. The first 3 episodes are out and ready to view. As you can see, I've already watched them. So you're going to want to check that out as a Star Wars fan. I watched all 3 episodes, and as you can see, I'm not getting all that excited. I'm also not going to say that it was bad, because I think it needs time. I'm going to give it time to see where it goes. But the first 3 episodes, I have to say, as a diehard, old school Star Wars fan, I didn't see it. I didn't see the connection. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the Star Wars feel of the show right off the bat for the first 3 episodes. I'm not saying it's not going to be there. We do have ways to go. This was definitely a first 3 episodes of building the character and where things are going. So I'm obviously going to watch it all. I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't hate on any of this stuff. I may not like all of it, but I don't hate on any of it. I appreciate it. So I will watch all of it. I will check it out. And I'll give you my judgment and opinion as we go through. And remember, it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree. So, but so far, like I said, I was not feeling the Star Wars feels from episode 1 through 3. So check it out, see for yourself. Maybe you'll love it. You never know. Also, just a reminder, SheHulk is out there too. SheHulk, Attorney at Law. Yeah, very different MCU show compared to other TV shows and movies from Marvel Studios. It's had its ups and downs, I have to admit. I enjoyed a few of the episodes, and a few of them I didn't really care for. And some were kind of middle ground. So all in all, it's been entertaining. I think it's funny. I really, really love the actress who's playing She-Hulk. I think she's great. So yeah, overall, it's been great. I really, really like the show, but it's had its ups and downs. But this week's episode, which is tomorrow being September 22nd, and the first day of fall, by the way, I think we're going to see that cameo that was teased in the trailer of a certain Hell's Kitchen superhero in New York City. I'm not going to give it away, but you know who it is. Hopefully we're going to see him, because he's a hell of a lawyer. Hopefully we're going to see him this this week's episode. So we'll see. Excuse me. All right. So then just another quick reminder, in the world of Masters of the Universe and Mattel, those of you who missed out on Wondar are going to have your second chance next week on September 28th through September 30th, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the 28th and ending at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the 30th. During this window, if you go to Mattel Creations and you order yourself a Wondar figure, you are guaranteed to get this figure. It will not sell out. This is what we call a made to order sale. All right. So as many as fans order will be as many as Mattel makes. So if you miss out, you cannot complain about scalpers or about Mattel rigging the system or bots or whatever coming in to order these, because this is made to order. If you want one, go get one. It'll be yours, as long as it's between this window here. Now, caveat that by saying these are not made yet. Like I said, it's made to order, right? So depending on how many are ordered, Mattel's going to have to go out to their factories and place the order for however many more that we need of Wondar. They're going to make them, they're going to ship them, and they're finally going to get to you. This process. So while you are guaranteed your Wondar, have to pay $300 to an eBay seller, you will have your Wondar, but you're going to wait. It's going to be a while. Just be aware of that. Just be aware. All right. So that's Mattel Creations update. Next up, we just started. I've known of these guys for a very, very long time and had conversations with them in the past, but they never really fit into the action figure genre. Loosely, we would cover some things here and there back in the day, and even on my previous website, we would talk with them a bit. But Jada Toys has recently kind of come back into the fold with some new stuff, and I wanted to show you something surprising that I didn't know was out there. And they're doing the Universal Monsters action figures, 6-inch scale action figures, which maybe everybody else knew but me, but we got some news, press release news updates last week about these, and I was blown away. I'm really surprised and I'm really impressed that Jada has branched off into these other action figures. Right here, we've got Bela Lugosi, which is a tough license to really get for producing any sort of action figure, really. But here you go. Here's a 6-inch action figure of Bela Lugosi, soft goods cape, tons of articulation, really, really beautiful looking figure. I really want to see these in person, and we're hoping to get some review samples. We can do that. Bela Lugosi is going to be available this fall, which is almost, it's tomorrow, for $30. He's going to be $30, $29.99 out there. So you can find them in your usual online spots. And then we've got the Invisible Man, who comes in at a $24.99 price point. The Bela Lugosi license is a little more expensive, I think. But there you go, Invisible Man. He's all done up in his pajamas and robes and stuff here. He looks quite comfortable, other than the wrappings around his head. So again, $24.99, available in the fall. And the Wolfman. These are the 3 figures to start. So Dracula's Bela Lugosi, Invisible Man, and the Wolfman. There you go. Wolfman also $24.99 and available this fall. I'll put a link into the description of the video a little bit later, and that'll bring you to some more details about these particular figures. And just a few other things, some Robotech figures with cars from Jada. Jada is more known for their die-cast cars and other related collectibles. So there's some Robotech stuff for you. This is Fast and the Furious. So kind of an interesting playset that you don't normally expect or see. We've got the transforming Optimus Prime. We had put up a Instagram post, took a picture of this particular Optimus Prime in Target, and we called it the Dad Bod Optimus Prime because he's kind of chunky there. So that's totally in reference to me. So not a dig on anybody, but Dad Bod Optimus Prime looks pretty cool. Transforms awesome. We're hoping to maybe see an example of one of these just to see how it works. So Jada has been very, very generous to us. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that. And then we're back around to Bela Lugosi. Just these figures are just really cool. So we're really hoping to get our hands on these to take a look. So Universal Monsters 6-inch scale action figures from Jada Toys this fall. They will be out there. Alrighty. So let's keep going. Reminder. Oh, wait. We've got one more thing here that I forgot to put into my notes. Excuse me. From SuperSeven, we're going to keep in the monsters theme here. So these are in addition to the ongoing Ultimates line from SuperSeven, the 7-inch scale, highly detailed, highly articulate, crazy accessory action figures that SuperSeven's been coming out with. We've got Nosferatu and the Metaluna monster. I always have to say that very, very slowly. A Metaluna mutant monster. Let's take a look at them. There's Nosferatu. Look at that. I mean, SuperSeven just knocks it out every single time. It's ridiculous. These are 7-inch scale ultimate figures. There's Metaluna mutant. Again, crazy detail. Just really clean design on these figures. There's the packaging. So you've got tons of accessories. We're going to get a better look at that in just a second. Look at that. That's terrifying. It's an action figure. There he is again. Excuse me. There you go. Just beautiful. Really beautiful. And the photography too is really beautiful. But the figure itself, fantastic. Excuse me. So there you go. There's all the accessories for Nosferatu. Really awesome. Even comes with a rat and keys. There's his the rest of his packaging there. Metaluna in package. Comes with 2 different heads, 2 different hands. There's a nice close-up look. There you go. There's all the accessories. He's busted wide open. There's his packaging, and we're back around to Nosferatu. So these are available to pre-order from SuperSeven. We'll throw that link in. Orders up to 10/14, October 14th. Very similar to what Mattel does. These are made to order. So no matter how many are ordered, that's how many will be made. You've got that window of time to order it. If you miss out and you end up having to pay secondary market, it's kind of your own fault. So these are now up there on SuperSeven's website to order. It's their Ultimates line, and you'll have until October 14th to do that. And then these will ship in the summer of 2023. Yeah, it's a long time. It takes a very long time for these figures to be made. They are not made as soon as the pre-order window ends. That's when we get the numbers, or that's when SuperSeven gets the numbers of, okay, this is how many we need to make. This is what you need to make. They churn them out. They ship them over. They come over on the boat, a really slow boat. And then we finally get them almost a year later. So that's the process. But you're guaranteed your figure. You're not gonna have to fight bots or people in the toy aisle or whatever. You actually guaranteed to get your figure. So it's a really nice system. All right, there we go. Next up, a little reminder: starting lineup debuts tomorrow. And in fact, just before we came on air here, at 9 o'clock Eastern time, I saw that there's been some reveals of at least the packaging with the partial figure on the packaging. So I don't have those photos handy at the moment. I am going to hit refresh here to see if maybe they put them up on the website. I kind of doubt it though. Yeah, nothing yet. But yes, just before we went live here, there were some photos leaked of the new figures, and they look pretty good. I will tell you that they have articulation. They are not the 80s and 90s starting lineup figures that were just static posed with maybe an arm swivel here or there. These figures do have articulation. Their likenesses seem to be pretty good from the quick glance that I got. And yeah, tomorrow we'll see a more detailed look at these new figures. And it's just NBA to start. So we're just going to see NBA figures tomorrow. But rest assured, we will get into other sports as the line goes on. So just NBA tomorrow. And I think you're going to be impressed. In fact, you can go look around right after we're done with the broadcast here and get that preview. It's all over social media already. So take a look for sure. Impressive return for starting lineup. All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about in the world of action figures, sticking with Hasbro, is the new HasLab. You guys have probably seen this up and down social media all week since last Friday. It is the 50th anniversary of Ghost Rider. And as a result of that 50th anniversary, Hasbro and the Legion of Vengeance, in this case, Reyes Ghost Rider with the muscle car, not the bike or the horse or whatever from past Ghost Riders. This is the more modern 2014 version of Ghost Rider, Engine of Vengeance. Excuse me. It's pretty impressive. So I'm just going to give this a refresh to see if this number changed while we're up here before I start scrolling through other stuff. Let's see if anything changed from that. Oh yeah, look at that. It went up to 4,943 out of the 9,000 needed before October 31st. Yeah. So you have from last Friday until October 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time to order this figure, to get in on the build of this figure. Again, it's a crowd-funded, made-to-order product, but it's got 1,000 backers before it can be made. So if there's 8,999, it doesn't get made. That's just the hard truth of it all. And then your credit card will be charged on November 1st for the amount of 300. I was going to say 3,000. $349.99. Let's just say it. It's $350 plus tax plus shipping if you're not a Pulse member, and it'll get up there in price a little bit with tax and all. So yeah, it's a little expensive if you're a Ghost Rider fan, especially if you're a completionist from Marvel Legends, and if you're a Robbie Reyes fan, if you just want that car, the 350 might not be so bad. So let's take a look at some of the details and things that are included with Ghost Rider to see if we can convince you to buy. So the car itself is 18.5 inches long. It's 7.5 inches wide, 5.5 inches tall. It has 20 LED lights for light up special effects. And it takes 3 AA batteries, which of course not included. There's tons of accessories and swappable parts to go from a Hellfire car to a street-ready regular muscle car. Excuse me. The Ghost Rider figure is included. If this sucker reaches 9,000 backers before this Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. They will include the again there we go, the human form of Robbie Reyes, but it's got to reach 9,000 by September 23rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And we are, where were we up at the top here? Oh, a little more than halfway there. And we've only got about 48 hours left to go, a little bit more. So I don't know if we're going to get Robbie. It would be nice. I think it's a huge compliment, right? If you got the car that's on fire, the third, that's not any. So I don't know. Like I said, it's a lot of money. For me, I'm a Ghost Rider fan. I am not a fan of this particular version of Ghost Rider, although I gotta say, it's a really nice figure. It looks really good. I never really cared for the design in the comics. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. version, I never really watched it. I did see it. I don't know. It never really interested me. But seeing the figure here, I really like it. It's very clean. It's very cool looking. And the car is awesome too. We'll get into some more detailed pictures in just a second. But I don't know if I can still justify $350. It is a little high. Almost 5,000 people are cool with that, which is awesome. I hope 9,000 people are cool with it before Friday. And then even more because there is a tier 1 unlock that's already been revealed. We're going to get into that in just a second. So if you're or a Marvel Legends completist, as I said, you're going to do it. The 350 isn't so bad in that case. When you're picky like me, it's a little pricey. So I'm probably going to end up skipping this one. But that doesn't mean you should. If you like it, go for it. If you don't, hey, not a problem. All right, let's take a look. Again, I had mentioned the accessories. Look at all this stuff. You've got the wheels on fire. You've got the fire that goes around the wheels, some different versions of that. These will prop up the wheels a bit. You can put the car on these. You've got weapons, the separate weapons, and then the chained weapon. Ghost Rider with some alternate flames there. And then you've got the swappable engine that's on fire. So there you see the street ready version of the car. Let's scroll down a little bit here. This is street mode. There's the engine, the back, the front. Really, really awesome looking car. I mean, just that on its own is really impressive. These guys have put together quite a nice vehicle here for a 6-inch figure. So we got Hellfire mode. There's the engine. There's the fire wheels and the accessories that attach onto that, onto the exhaust as well. Pretty darn cool. You put Ghost Rider in there. Fits very nicely. Even they put on there with the extra fire, smoke, whatever you want to call it. Some of the details on the vehicle, you've got trunk space, both doors open, trunk opens, detailed down below here underneath. You can see the exhaust system, some of the engine, the seats, very, very detailed. The inside, look at this. The shifter is, of course, a skull. You've got the steering wheel, the speedometers, the radio. Yeah, you got clutch. How many of you know what a clutch is? I hope a lot. The brake, the gas pedal, the seats, very clean looking muscle car seats. And then some more examples of how these risers will work. There you go. There's Ghost Rider a little bit more up close with his various weapon options. Really cool looking figure. I have to say, I'm very impressed. And then there's Robbie, the human form of Robbie before he transforms into the Spirit of Vengeance. Hopefully 9,000 backers by Friday. That gets you this figure. If not 9,000 backers by Friday, this figure goes away. It does not happen. This will not happen. You will not get a human form hobby figure, even if you have pre-ordered, back the project now. It needs to hit 9,000 before we get to Friday. Okay. Excuse me. Additional unlocks. If we hit 12,000 backers, you get Mephisto. Look at that. Been waiting for a figure like this for a while. And of course, it fits very well with the Ghost Rider set. Mephisto, of course, is the guy that gives all these powers to the Ghost Riders. So, and is all, of course, also is a sworn enemy of Ghost Rider as well. So here you go, Mephisto, a six-inch scale figure. This is just a prototype and a digital rendering. So this is probably going to be a little different in the final product, but this will give you an idea of what he looks like. And hey, it looks pretty good to me. So, and you only get it if you back the project, if you get yourself a Engine of Vengeance set here from HasLab. So there you go. That's the story. It's a lot to take in. The price is a little high, I know. We got to get to 9,000 to get it backed, and then 12,000 to get that first tier, and then hopefully 9,000 by Friday to get the Robbie human form figure, non-transform, non-demonic form, whatever you want to call it. So I will post this link also in the description for you guys, so you can get right to it, and we'll see what happens. So we'll keep an eye on it for the next few weeks as we go through the crowdfund process. So that's that. Now, lastly, closing things out here, we're almost done. Just a quick reminder, please use the link in the description down below to get to Entertainment Earth and order up some action figures or collectibles from there using that link. It does help AFCollectors stay afloat, keeps the web servers serving. So do help us out. We don't get very much from it, but every little bit counts, and we appreciate you helping us out there. All right. So that's it for the sharing here. Let me stop sharing and bring it back to just me. Hello, it's me again. And I wanted to show you, I had mentioned earlier, Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. I'm going to be walking around with my friend and partner in crime, Database Rob, and we're going to be covering the event, bringing you guys showcase coverage, photos, cosplayers, the whole 9 yards, the usual stuff. But if you're there on the floor too, and you happen to run into the guy wearing the AFCollectors t-shirt, again, it'll be a little bit different than this one. But same logo, nothing to give you. We have AF Collector pins. Look at that. Yeah, they're small, but they're kind of cool. You know, they'll sit right here on you. You know, show off your support for AFCollectors. We appreciate that. So I'll give you one of these free if you find me on the floor at New York Comic Con. Your own AF Collector pin. All right. Excuse me. And then to wrap things up, as we always do, we take a look at our in-store finds for the week. I only have 2 items this week. It was kind of a slow week. So, and one of them didn't even really come from the store. It was mail order. So real quick, I'll show you those on out of here. My first one is from McFarlane Toys, and it's the one of the new Spawn sets. There we go. Kind of big. Trying to get them in on the screen here. There you go. This is Spawn with the throne that sits in Spawn's alley that he rules from in Spawn Alley. And as you can see, it comes with partial cape, and then another part of the cape is actually part of the throne there. And you can sit the figure down with the cape on his shoulders, and it looks like the cape is kind of in back of him while he's sitting. So it gets around having to have an awkward folding cape that gets in the way of him sitting on the throne. This is actually going to be one of the reviews that comes up in the next week or so. So I get a little deeper into this because it's just a cool set with some really cool artwork on the box. So these are out in stores now. You can go grab your stuff. It's a little bit expensive. These are $50. But the Spawn figure is really cool that comes with this set. I just kind of wish that there was a cape, an actual cape that went with it, but we can't have everything. But look for that. This figure here, this box set will be reviewed by me on the AFC YouTube channel coming up in the next week or so. All right, that's the first thing. My last item comes from the world of Star Wars and the Black Series from Hasbro. Just got these. This is from the Star Wars Infinities comic book. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but it's kind of like a what if, what if something happened that changes the course of history as we know it. And this is actually one of those scenarios here. So this is Infinity's Darth Vader. And this kind of asks the question of what if Vader turned to the light side, became a Jedi again? What if Leia showed up on the Death Star to help Luke defeat the Emperor and Darth Vader? And basically it shows what would happen. And in this what if, it's actually a, what do you call it, Velcro holding the flap together here. So a little difficult to get undone. So in this what if scenario, Darth Vader becomes a Jedi again. There we go. That's how he looks in the actual comic, and then translated into an action figure using the latest Darth Vader and just coloring him in all white. It kind of looks like a ghost, really. Funny though how he still comes with the red Sith lightsaber, right? You would think maybe he'd change over to blue for the new look. But there you go. There's Darth Vader as a good guy. You ever think you'd see that? So the box actually tells a lot of the story from the comic and exactly what how events went down. You really have to kind of look all around, which is kind of a cool addition to the box. So yeah, I had to have this one. I read the story, I read the comic. It's worth reading, by the way, if you pick that up. It's an interesting take on the Star Wars story. I always like to see those alternate reality things. So that's just one of my things. So, and the figure is cool. It's a different Vader. Who would ever have thought he'd be in all white? So I'd recommend this one. I'm very picky about the Black Series figures. I usually only collect the figures that came out in the original Kenner line in the 70s and 80s. And but there's a couple of exceptions that I do make, this being one of them. So you can rest assured that this is definitely one of the cooler figures out there you can get in the Black Series line. So there you are. And that does it. That's a show. The big broadcast for this week for AFCollectors.com. I appreciate you all watching, whether it was live or later on the archived version. Please like and subscribe. Please go all around to our social media channels and like and subscribe those. We really appreciate the support. We will be here once again next week at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube for another live show, and we'll check out the news. All right. So thanks for joining me, everybody. As I said, appreciate it very much. I'll see you all next week. Happy hunting out there. Good night, everybody.